There was a shooting incident at the busy intersection of Central American Boulevard and Neil Penn Road this morning, where a man was fatally injured and a female victim had to be rushed to the KHMH for emergency medical attention. The man, whose identity is yet to be confirmed, died on the scene after being shot once to the upper left side of the chest. News 5 understands that the gunmen who carried out the deadly attack fled the area in a waiting vehicle and, during their escape, caused a collision between two vehicles, which also left two persons seriously injured. It was utter chaos in front of 88 Shopping Center as police officers and members of the Belize Defense Force converged on the location. Shortly thereafter, the wailing sirens of an ambulance and a fire truck were heard in the distance as they too came racing towards the scene.
What we just witnessed is a simulation of an accident, an emergency. And we're here on behalf of the Belize City Council to see how quickly the different agencies that work with us, that collaborate with us, could respond to such emergency. So in this case, we had two persons getting shot. The police came first, and then we had an accident almost simultaneously right at the corner of Central American Boulevard and Penn Road. The agencies involved are police, the fire department, the B.D.F. We also had ambulance, BERT ambulance, and members of the communities around here.
And without hesitation, those first responders sprang into action, lending a hand in extricating the accident victims from the mangled wreck of vehicles.
They were here to more or less help the firemen remove the people from the vehicles. But I'm also here in connection with working with Councillor Hilton, who actually put this together.
The brainchild of Councillor Deltrude Hilton, who is responsible for public health and cemetery, this exercise aimed at testing the state of readiness as well as the response time for each of the responding agency.
This all came together because I was an employee at BERT Ambulance for over 18 years, and every year we normally do this simulation in order to pull together all the resources to see how effective we are and to tighten up the loose ends. And now that I'm a city councillor and I'm responsible for public health, I believe that it was quite needed so that we can inform the public of what not to do and what to do, and how careful they should be while going out on their holidays and even otherwise.
Despite the fact that it was simply a mock-up, there were a few glaring observations, including the officers' failure to properly secure the perimeter. The first order of business upon the arrival of responding officers and scenes of crime personnel is to cordon off the area, to allow for emergency medical personnel, investigators and technicians to be able to work unimpeded within its confines. That wasn't the case this morning.
When it comes to that, I think you have to speak to the police, because they are that's the agency that deals with security. The calls, remember, they cannot respond until they are called. And probably you could speak with the commander out here so that you could get more information. I wouldn't know anything about that. We were just hoping that they would come, do what they needed to do. Because if you notice, the people around here had no idea that this was going to happen. All right? So they were a bunch of inquisitive people. I don't blame them. It's in their hood. So they need to see what's happening. And you will notice that if some of these people in the accident were their families, then the emotions would take over and they would want to react right away instead of waiting for the police.
The overall response time, according to Councillor Hilton, was fairly appropriate.
The time span, looking at the time span we have for everybody, it is within a timely manner based on the traffic that we have to come through. And at the end of the day, each department takes their own time. Everybody has a personnel out here that clocks the time when they come in, as from the time that they are called.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.